Testing. Alright. Welcome back, everybody, to Knights of the Old Republic 2.
About time you showed up. Mandalore ordered.
Today, we head back to Onderon for the Civil War. Crazy level this.
Follow me then.
Last time we went to Korriban, found the corpse of Lana Vash, a little bit tragic. Had a quick sparring session with Darth Sion.
You received my message then. A man named Kavar wanted to get a hold of you urgently. He said that the Queen had arranged safe passage to Onderon for you, but I don't know how good their offer is anymore.
What changed?
This morning, General Vaklu met with the Council of Lords and declared that the Queen was guilty of treason. He'll be made regent if Talia and her royal guard are defeated. The military is divided on who to support. Civil war has fallen on Isis.
Can we do anything?
I doubt that Queen Talia and her advisor will survive until nightfall. The balance of forces seem to favor Queen Talia. The royal palace is heavily fortified and defensible, and most of the soldiers are loyal to her. But Vaklu has new allies, Sith soldiers and their masters.
That's where the twist comes in.
The war has also driven the caged beasts in the streets mad. Braylor and I both concur. She doesn't stand a chance.
You underestimate the Force, Mandalorian. I sense that we may still get to Master Kavar in time. I sense there is something stirring on the moon itself. Tell me, have your sensors picked up anything from Dxun?
Yes, we have. How? We picked up some transmissions from nearby in the jungle. Zuka's satellite relay has also picked up several shuttle launches with old Sith transmitter IDs. Some sort of staging base, perhaps.
The Sith forces must be
This
stopped.
is why I spent
Otherwise, the
second
Mandalorian is
half
right.
of the
Master
stream
Kavar and Queen Talia won't survive this
but the
day.
week before.
Dividing our forces at a time like this is foolhardy.
And this is why a common soldier will never triumph against a Jedi. Your military tactics are nothing compared to the Force. It is essential and inevitable that we face both enemies at the same time. You are correct. You must choose who will lead the expedition through the jungle to find our enemies and defeat them.
Alright. I'm gonna say...
Hacking through beasts and jungles? That sounds like a job for me, as usual.
You should send 2 others to go with the leader. Who else?
So yeah, basically we're sending a squad to track down what the Mandalorians picked up on their sensors. So I get to send a party there, and while I take Kreia and one other person to Onderon. So we're gonna send Disciple
and who else?
Visas.
Very well. Now are you set?
Yes.
Mandalorian warrior, if you need some, let me know.
Alright, I'm ready.
As you wish.
This is why I spent so long in the last stream making sure everyone was leveled and had fully upgraded weapons, because, like, this.
Finally, we're close to our objective. I sent the rest of my men to secure the trail behind us. My troops will keep the path to the Mandalorian camp clear. Ahead lies the enemy. I can follow you a little bit further, but then I will set up command and control for my unit in the field. So, lead...
So, if I remember correctly, I've got Atlas set up with Mandalorian disintegrators, all fully upgraded, yep. Gave him a bunch of damage immunity to energy, that's good. Excellent, excellent. Alright.
See where that came from! More where that came from!
I like to get these Jedi before.
Something you need of me? More where that came from! More where that came from! Time to even the odds.
Alright, sorry. Sorry about that. Keep going. Immunity, Valor, yeah. Patent setup.
Hold a moment. Do you see this?
I see it.
It is a sense that relay, but unless all of you can use stealth gen. So wonder you've survived this long. Then
I would usually send it over Bayager or Mira to help
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from. Time to take you
I've
down
got
to
Disciple
size.
spamming buff. Got Disciple keeping us all bumped up. While Visa spams Force powers.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
What do my sneak attack damages from this?
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
Intruders, kill them!
Kill them!
More where that came from.
This
Everyone, on their guard! You have left me an
More where that
opening!
came from. More where that 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 came from.
Active turrets and war droids will eliminate all organics and intruders. Fun. The logs are interesting, but not really worth our time at the moment. Yay, money, like we need money right now. That precision chamber is actually pretty good for a different type of build to what I'm doing.
More where that came from.
Turrets and droids are attacking.
More where that came from. More where that came from. Defend yourself. Came from. More where that came from. More where that came from. Time to take you down. More where that came from. Let's settle this.
But yeah, that foothold scenario. Rebellion power suit.
Where that came from?
Defend yourself!
More where that came from.
That's why
More where that came from. Let's settle this. More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
You have left me an opening!
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Together
More where
then!
that came from. More where that came from. Let's settle this. More where that came from.
Yeah, once we're done with this, we'll actually be starting to launch into the enemy territory.
that came from. More where that came from.
Onderon Civil Wars, pretty much go back to Dxun, meet with the Jedi Masters, and then endgame, which has an extended level to it because of restored content. Yeah, from what I understand, Fredon Nadd was an ex-Jedi.
More where that came from.
Killed his master.
More where that came from. Everyone, oh my God! More where that came from.
Queen Talia just heritage. Let's go look at the stats on that later. But for now, if I remember correctly, there are 10 guys in here.
More where that came from!
You have left me an opening!
More where that came from!
I think I was underwhelming, but we'll look past the next door. These guys.
More where that came from! More where that came from! More where that came from! Let's settle this.
I doubt the battle would have been that easy if I hadn't run on my bus. Hey Spyro, how you doing, man? Currently, I am away from my main character. We're raiding the tomb of Fredon Nadd because there's a Sith ritual going on here. We're basically at the point in the game where there's 2 levels going concurrently because, you know, Star Wars likes to have multiple battles running at the same time.
I had to run to catch up with you. You've made impressive progress. The Sith's camp lies in ruins. I told Kelborn of your progress. The rest of your squad is already en route to Isis. Also, Kex checked our sources for any information about this place.
Yep.
Kex believes that this is the tomb of Fredon Nadd. We knew it was somewhere on this moon. We had no idea how close it was to our camp. Some sort of fallen Jedi. He conquered Onderon long ago and became their king. The royal line is directly descended from him. That part of Onderon history the citizens try to leave buried and forgotten. Fredon Nadd was a dark Jedi. The stories say he was far worse than Revan and Malak ever were. This place is tainted.
There's a lot of background to Revan in this game.
Makes the danger great.
I can taste the power of the dark side here. Fredon Nadd must have been truly great to leave such an impact. The echoes of his life are still here. I feel secrets can be learned here.
Yep.
I am returning outside. My attention is required to keep the path to our camp clear.
These 2 hand-to-hand dudes.
The time for practice is over. There are intruders in the tomb and they cannot be allowed to reach our master. The ritual must not be interrupted. I don't need to mention the price of failure. Men, follow me.
Oh, they beat the price of failure at the tip of my blasters.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
You guys are going to this side then.
More where that came from. 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 More where that came from.
You have left me an opening!
More where that came from.
Actually, no. We need retreat injury for a fight later. More precise shot, more damage bonuses. And Master Battle Meditation. There we go. That'll do it.
More where that came from.
Damage bonuses here are kind of crazy. Let's see if I can security this open. Possible. Okay, so yeah, I have to do this. Yeah, each of these computers has like a logic puzzle on them to open those crates. Okay. 2. -8. +9. Divide. Yep. Game is louder than me? Okay. Let's see if I can fix that. Alright, how's that? Oh wow, that's some decent stuff there. Guess the two of them went off to fight somewhere else.
This entire area is highly attuned to the dark side.
And they teleport.
I've heard of locations like this, but never seen one. The Sith must have come here, because of how far the Force has been tainted.
Yes, alright, that's it. Awesome, awesome. We are rolling. Yeah, I've got a... Yeah, Atten's got the S-tier blasters, so this should not be hard. Yeah, let's get this revitalized, why not? I'm getting to the point where they're so highly leveled that there is not a lot more to give them that is not already necessary. That's fun. Everybody has revitalized. Hilarious. Okay. That can revitalize himself, and then the others can revitalize each other, which is absolutely
More where that came from. More where that came from.
I'll talk about that with you later, but it's not on screen.
Time. More where that came from. More where that came from.
Weapons. Six core modules. Unstable module's diagnostic report is one that produces accurate. Oh man, this puzzle is so annoying. Oh well.
Damn thing's
Yeah.
stuck.
Deeper into the tomb we go.
More where that came from.
Or not.
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
These lightsabers just got really sneak attack. I still remember the first time I was playing this game. This was where I found my first Mandalorian Ripper, one of these things. Green and white and parts.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Couch. Wow.
More where that came from.
This one will fall.
Anyone that has been marked by our masters can do it. Yes, you're getting the hang of it now. It's so easy. But how did they do it? You doubt our master's power. They have erased the minds of these beasts and made them our obedient servants. With an army of these, who could defeat us? No one!
I know, a former Sith assassin with some Jedi training. That's who.
More where that came from. More where that
You
came
know
from.
what the heck I'm talking about, go watch the previous videos.
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from. Defend yourself. More where that came from.
Yeah, it just opens those big doors so we can go through, but we're gonna do both sides. We're gonna do both sides. There we go.
More where that came from. More where that came from. See an opening. More where that came from.
Here, come on, here, this is more Sith, guys. Yeah, you gotta build your people up to this level pretty well because, like, there's like some actual, like, mid-level boss fights really here. Companions aren't just
More where that
powerful.
came from. More where that came from.
This one will fall.
More where that came from.
You have left me an opening.
More
You
where that
have
came
left me
from.
an opening.
This captain has a stupid amount of
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
Dang, that was absurd. That was absurd. I always forget just how quick this particular level goes by, but we got the revolution before.
More where that came from.
There we go. Me and my silly blaster builds. Whenever I try dark side, I'll go for blast cannon force field, because that's fun.
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
Damage. Bad. Man, just like that, we're almost done with the 2.
Where that came from. More 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 where that came from.
Flash.
This one is. More where that came from. More where that came from. Time to take you down to size.
Yeah, they all just like bar. Yeah, the other 2 are just like bar them in place while hacking most of them down. Oh my gosh!
Where that came from.
That's gotta be the easiest power I've ever had with those 2 chumps.
Where that came from.
Captain, we need just one more moment.
One more.
We're almost through.
One more
Failure.
moment.
As you command, my lord.
As you command, my lord, he says with the Jedi comes right up
More
on
where
him.
that came from. Everyone, more where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
Dang, the sneak attack shooting. Now remember, my main character is basically using the same blaster setup as Atten, except with rapid shot instead of sniper shot, so imagine the damage counts off of that. Break the ritual now.
Break the ritual now. You're too late. We have done what needed to. But what is that?
And now the sensor force sensitivity.
What they would.
And he basically tries to turn us. This isn't that important.
The shit.
Oh my goodness, the destruction! That fight is really difficult if you don't upgrade stuff as well as you should. Okay, that fight's actually really difficult normally. But since I know what I'm doing and I upgraded my stuff beforehand, I had a easy time with it. We'll go loot stuff and then head back. The gloves and Fredon Nadd's lightsaber. Ceremonial shield. Literally 30 minutes in.
What you have done is beyond words. You fought like a Mandalorian. When you are finished here, I will take you back to the camp. You can let the rest of your squad know what you've discovered. After you left, your squad...
And he basically now just tells us what happens in the concurrent level. Yeah.
Zaga said that he and your friends are making good progress through the jungle. Trust me, this is worth the wait. And here it is. A salvaged Basilisk war
that looks nothing like a Basilisk war droid. This looks more like a Star Viper fighter than a Basilisk war droid. Go read some Tales of the Jedi comics if you want to see Basilisks. Or the Knights of the Old Republic comics are also an option for them.
Yes, just like a new Mandalorian recruit proving themselves into the heart of the war as well. Mandalore has given you a great honor. Unfortunately, its weapons systems aren't fully functional yet, as are some other unimportant support systems. But she will get you to Isis in one piece. The fighters won't be able to stop that. We've modified the interior to hold 3 people. Maybe a little tight. You need to leave immediately. Isis is in the grip of a civil war, so there'll be considerable resistance. They remember the last time Basilisk war droids visited their planet. Fight ferociously. And if you die, take as many as you can.
Alright, so yeah, we're basically required to bring Kreia. So I think we're going to... You know what? I think this is the last time I have a shot to give Bayodur anything, because Visas and Mandalore come with us on the Ravager later. I don't care about Godo, and HK gets an entire level to himself, so we're gonna bring Bayodur. I really like that shot. They said the weapons weren't functional, and yet there it was firing. Yeah, Mira also gets a level to herself at a certain point later.
A basilisk? A basilisk here? Mandalorians are attacking the city!
Talia has made an alliance with the Mandalorians. Men, destroy them.
Okay, I guess I forgot to level him up. Oh well. Dang it. Thought I leveled everyone up. Oh well. Restricted by armor. Yeah, let's give him energy resistance. Kreia, I know I leveled up. Yep. Let's give her that.
What's going on?
Now we get to go up on the sky ramp.
I recognize you. You're that off-worlder. Come, we have no time. Vaklu's forces have overrun the sky ramp. The royal palace could fall any minute. We must save the queen.
Your plan seems to have succeeded. Your enemy has indeed revealed himself.
I anticipated the Sith. Those beasts weren't in my battle plan.
Even now, Vaklu is using them to breach the palace.
If you can't
I
adapt
will not
to a new
surrender to that
situation, you're a
usurper.
bad
I
commander.
would die
That's my
first.
opinion.
Every man here would give their life to keep that from happening.
There is hope. It is faint but growing stronger. I think my message was received.
Which message? What are you talking about?
An old student is returning. I don't think the Sith are going to know what hit them.
No, they're certainly not.
This way to the sky ramp.
Because it's gonna hit them in the face so hard that they won't have a chance to process it.
There are 2 force shield checkpoints along this path.
Yep.
Vaklu's forces have held this ramp for over a standard hour. That means they control the checkpoints now. If we can get to the turret tower up ahead, we can deactivate the first barrier.
The force shields won't present a problem. I can get us through them.
You can? That'll save us precious minutes. The forces we're encountering right now are their rear guard. The fighting will get tougher the closer we get to the front of the battle line.
You can literally just punch the force barriers out of it. And the basic stuff we're fighting right now, I don't even need my buffs to fight this.
The Royalists in the bunker are contained. We deploy as soon as the reinforcements arrive. A Jedi? Here? Men, attack!
The delivery of some of these lines is literally at the point where my skills don't matter anymore. Master Rapid, the Master Precise, and then my next 2 feats will go into Flurry because there are some things I'm gonna use lightsabers for later. Unless it gets voted that I use blasters in the boss fights. That's always possible. Silvar's robe. Really good robe to use if we want to use lightsabers in the boss fights.
Hold your fire. They're with us. Thank you. Vaklu's supporters stormed our position. The beasts have gone mad and attack on their command. Please, go to the palace. We received a transmission that the palace grounds have been breached. If so, they don't have much time.
Have they changed the access codes in the turret tower? We need to get through the force shields.
I don't think they've had time, sir. They've been firing the turret non-stop. Vaklu's close to having air superiority now. You two, follow the Jedi. The rest of us will hold our position. We don't have much time.
Walkers here I can loot. Verpine shield. That's nice. Do I have one of those? Yes, I do.
Is the Jedi still... We're under attack!
You can play a little turret minigame here, but it's not super worth it, so...
This isn't good. One of Vaklu's slicers has control of the security grid. He blew up that power conductor. Their slicer has to be using a palace security terminal.
Yep.
Until we deal with their slicer in the palace, you can bet that there will be more support.
Let's go.
Commander, if you would.
Tell command, we need reinforcements.
And Jedi Knight.
Attack, men.
Wait, we keep moving.
Good, some reinforcements. Follow the Jedi. We're gonna retake the palace. We've got to stop General Vaklu before he gets to the Queen.
Yep. Another power grid to blow up.
She's still alive.
I will not harm you if you leave now. But that guy will.
Hold the line. Those cowards will be dealt with.
Those cowards will be dealt with.
Let's go.
Alright, enter the palace. Alright, enter the palace.
We've made it to the palace. General Vaklu's troops haven't been here too long. Hopefully, we still have time to save the Queen. Straight ahead is the throne room. Vaklu's hand-picked troops will probably be here. I'm gonna stay here and keep the intersection secure. If any more royalists arrive, I'll keep them organized.
Shut the outer door now.
Hi, Tobin.
I'm impressed you made it this far, but you're too late. And General Vaklu will be the new king. This is no ordinary door between us. The same material is used for the hull of capital-class vessels. I'm afraid you will find it quite impregnable. I'm afraid it
over.
is. Now, if you will excuse me, we have one last barrier to take care of.
Remember that ritual we broke at the temple? Well... Now watch how fast I take these guys out, okay? That's so ridiculous. Shoot!
Tell the Colonel we'll need more of our men to smoke the Royalists out of their hole. I don't trust those Sith. Oh, they're beasts. And another thing, if I catch any more of my men looting, then the Queen's Guard will be the least of your worries.
Johnson protection gloves. Crystal Meridian. Nice. There's always an Ossus Keeper robe in that one specifically. I'm tight. That's a decent crystal. If you don't already have the insane ones that I have. Oh, come on, that's BS! Why does the gas affect me when I have breath control on? I guess breath control is literally only for that one scene, huh? Hey look, the Royalists won the fight. Look, Keldroma's mesh suit. So a random Vaklu supporter had Ulick Keldroma's mesh suit. Hi, Kavar.
I don't know how you made it, but well done. Come in quickly before more Sith or Vaklu troops arrive. We got split off from Talia's troops by the currents of this war. We really need to talk, but Kadron and I are coordinating the defense of the war. I know Captain Kadron needs someone to handle a dangerous assignment. He's in the other room. Talk to him. No one else could do the job. This is the secondary security complex.
There's a slicer at the primary one, which is at the other side. That's why I went to this side first, for story fluidity.
So, you're the Jedi, eh? Well, the comm chatter we've intercepted is filled with reports about you. You fought right through their flank on the sky ramp?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did.
We need someone like you. We've managed to hold this part of the palace, but Vaklu's forces control the rest.
Yep.
There are 2 security consoles and we need... After that, talk to the core.
There is one puzzle I want to solve here. And then I'll talk to the corporal and he'll take me right back to the front of the palace. But you only have one shot to get at it, unless you save scum it. Twice the first key number exceeds the value of its half by 99. Correct? Reversing reduces the value by 1/5. Reduces the value by 1/5. Differs from the reverse of its digits by twice the product. So this is a lot of math. One is. Gosh dang it. That's always the one I get wrong. Gotta get this loot. 39? Yes! Second try, man. I didn't have to brute force the whole thing. They always have one of those that after the one. There's a couple of set loot drops in the palace here.
You want me to guide you to the palace entrance? Let's hurry then.
Dang, he's got a deep voice. I was absolutely certain this would take longer than it's taking, because we've only been at this an hour. We're already almost done with this. So maybe we'll do the...
Gather our forces. Make sure the defenses are set. Yep. Colonel Tobin says the Jedi is... Take your beasts and attack her. I'm going to the control room.
So there's a shot we may actually get to see the conversation that kicks off the end game today.
This won't take long.
Two Alima Keto robes. That's a hilarious root drop. There's a lot of robes in this game that are like deep lore references. And that's one of them. Alima Keto was like this Sith witch lady. Either right before or during the Great Sith War. Yeah, the game engine struggles to handle this level.
I don't have time for your resistance, Captain Riken. We need the over...
And I told you that I don't know. You scanned my ID, you know my post is the merchant quarter.
I'm sure that's what you'd like me to believe. I have been authorized to...
Do not
blast.
The Jedi is coming! I'm gonna turn on some buffs. Don't need force immunity, so it looks like Master Valor and Master Speed.
Yes. That crystal most interesting. Your crystal does not. Is there something?
Okay, I'm gonna find a workbench and get that upgraded.
Salye at least Bawan.
I take pride in my skill, yeah.
Yatuka Bramta Kavadumpa Mo Wendido Chokerembi Nor Yatuka Grenocro.
That's what you do. But
Thank you. Now that you've got me out, you need to get... Once you've got that code, if you can get to the secondary security station, you'll control... You have? You don't waste a minute. Captain Cadron will... Let's head to the...
all right. Now remember that ritual we broke? Well, I'm gonna tell you that that ritual we broke, it breaks right now.
Will you just die already?
No, I don't think I will.
No further than this.
I thought that was so funny. He's like, will you just die already?
You're too late. Our pet beast is about to breach the force field to the throne room. The Queen will be dead in moments. Watch out! I've lost control of the beast!
That ritual was allowing them to control the animals, and since we broke the ritual, took down the people who were doing it, the effect stopped.
Ignore the beast! Into the throne room! The Queen must die! Oh, blast it all!
That's right, take it down. Now we run in there. And they just kind of let Vaklu and Talia duel, and nobody tries to backstab her. Interesting. And this is part of the reason I took battle meditation in one of my powers. Interactive force abilities, bud. What are the cool things in this game? Interactive force abilities. Now these guards come out, and there's Kavartu show up and take some glory.
Your time is at an end, Talia. Your people have abandoned you, and now...
You would destroy everything just for your ambition, Vaklu. The Republic, ISIS, everything.
That is a gross simplification, Talia. Change is a painful process. A price must be paid. But Onderon will have a new destiny. One larger than you could imagine.
You're getting careless, Vaklu. One more mistake.
Damn you! Your skill with the blade won't save you from my men.
And they try. And here I am.
What? The Jedi lives? But how?
You'll find that I'm full of surprises.
Kill her and the Queen Men, quickly.
One of the best Starkey
They must not be
responses in the
allowed to
whole
live.
game.
You've won this battle, Talia. But your reign won't be an easy one. The Republic is a sinking ship, and you're too attached to it.
He's too dangerous to leave alive. As distasteful as it is, it might be best to silence him forever. Until he's dead, all of Onderon is in peril.
So what will it be, your man?
Are you so sure of my decision, Vaklu? I appreciate the Jedi's counsel, but as monarch, I decree you are guilty.
Talia, you can't. You're too...
But he will rise again. He has too many supporters. I do appreciate your counsel, but he must be killed.
You make him a martyr.
But the price if you are wrong. I thought I could order this, but I can't. It would be breaking our laws. You will stand trial, Vaklu. Take him away. What is done is done. I don't think the service you have given us can ever be repaid. I must go with Captain Cadron. The fighting must be stopped. I will be back shortly to try and repay you. The crisis is over thanks to you and Master Kavar. I believe he'd like to...
Yeah. Dang, I forgot to upgrade my crystal. Oh well.
Ah, the wound is not a mortal one, though it has been some time since I exercised my healing powers. There is a shred
couple
of
of
life within
sessions
you
since
still.
we were on Nar
A
Shaddaa,
gift
you
from your
exercised them on
master.
Hanhar.
Awaken, Colonel Tobin. Your part in this is not over. Colonel Tobin, I am with Vaklu. The war has gone against him. He sent me to rescue you, to tell you you must make haste off-planet. The Jedi have struck. They had a secret academy buried on Telos, and they are showing themselves at last. We are all in danger.
What? But the Jedi are gone. They have all but vanished.
So we all thought, but they have hidden themselves on Telos.
Out of my way, old woman. This war can still be won, and Onderon can be freed.
Indeed. This war is far from over.
The Queen has requested you stay here until she gets back. Talk with Master. The Queen is talk.
The Force works in mysterious ways, it seems. There are times I'm not convinced it doesn't have a sense of humor. We spend all this time looking for you, and you came to us. I thought you might return to Onderon. Looks like just in time. I told the other Masters that our only chance to figure out what was happening to us was to find you, and try to understand what happened to you. I don't know how much you know about this threat that's striking at the Jedi. It's attacking us through the Force. Varuk didn't believe me, but he was willing to travel to Dantooine, if only to help the settlers there, and perhaps protect what was left of the Jedi Enclave. Whatever the reason, having us all drop out of sight, I thought might make the enemy more bold.
Of
But
the
then you
Masters,
happened.
Kavar was
You came
definitely
back,
the smartest
and you became
one.
a new target for whoever was attacking us.
He knew that I was a clue into what was going on.
The difficulties you surmounted to get here, you must...
And you basically just ask him.
So, you heard what we said. These questions I cannot answer. This is something the Council must answer, not I. You must understand, this is hard for me, especially after all you've done, but it is necessary. Did you know that when I was training you, I considered making you my Padawan? I didn't. The demands of the Jedi Council were too great, but I considered you a friend. I even tried to convince you to become a Jedi Guardian. We could have used someone like you. So the decision that had to be made was not easy, but I cannot say anything more.
Yeah, he basically just says all the same stuff everyone else
There is
says.
something I would like to teach you. It is a technique which, I believe, will aid you in the trials ahead. Many of the lightsaber forms you've already learned will bolster your abilities in one area, while leaving you vulnerable in others. For superior balance, use the Niman form. This form has no specific strengths, or no weaknesses either. It will provide a decent defense versus enemy force powers and blaster fire. Excellent. I'm impressed with how quickly you've mastered this form. I always knew you were gifted. I'm going to Dantooine. The Jedi Council vowed to assemble again when the Sith revealed themselves. Now that they've attacked Onderon, we can act. Our paths will cross again. May the Force be with you.
I'm sorry to keep you here. I needed to thank you personally for all of your help. Onderon owes both you
If anyone
and
could
Master
identify
Kavar a
what
debt
her
that can never
accent
truly
is, I
be
would love to
repaid.
know. And don't say
Battles still wage in
Onderonian.
our streets.
I know that
but by
joke
morning
is
the
coming.
conflict should be over. I recognize you must leave soon, but please, take this. I had also planned on giving you some relics from Onderon's past, but Vaklu's troops looted our museum. I hope the credits and my sincere thanks are enough. Captain Bostuka has made arrangements for a shuttle to take you to your ship. I fear it will be quite some time before you can come back. The war was brief but destructive. I will focus all of my energy on rebuilding Isis. Thank you again. I must go.
Yep.
If you will follow me, I will take you to your shuttle.
Yep. Yep. And now Kreia, you basically can't talk to Kreia at this point because it's time to go back to Dantooine. What a game.
Hey, the gang's back together. I must hear all about your vacation in Onderon.
Your vacation! I single-handedly ended a war.
Well, that's good, I guess. When powerful people butt heads, it's usually the little guy who suffers most.
We should return to the Ebon Hawk now and plot our next course of action.
Oh my god. Put Atten away, get T3.
We must go to Dantooine, to the Enclave. I have no time for questions.
Dang it! Oh well.
Yes.
gonna have some party stuff. Talking's done. Oh, yes, side quest. We're gonna go to Nar Shaddaa, finish up a side quest. Trade routes. And there's also some dialogue with HK-47 that's absolutely hysterical. I'm on game load.
Ready to...
I wanted to be able to hack the lockers. Oh, dang. Okay, we need this. Sniper shot.
To serve.
Dang. Because there's one that'll give a master rapid shot. That would be amazing.
Acknowledgement.
Sadly, he doesn't have that. This guy. He's still standing here because they failed the mind trick check on him. Rounds and Chaos may continue the Mandalorians. And that is that quest completely done. And now let's see. Let's see what we have. That's actually kind of decent. HK Protocol Pacifist Package. Get ready for some hilarity, guys. Pseudo crushes war sword. Hey, HK.
Query. Is there someone that...
I have a new upgrade part for
Statement. Something approaching joy is now growing in my behavior core, Master. Please install it at once. Cautionary. But please do so carefully. I have seen how you use a hydrospammer.
He says that regardless of what your repair skill is. So don't pay attention to his insults. You okay?
Answer. I do not know, Master. I feel strange. Like a circuit has been flipped.
I need you combat ready.
Answer. Combat ready? Did you mean in case we need to run away or retreat? Oh my, I'm afraid I'm ill-equipped for combat. Surely Master is joking with his humble, peace-loving droid. I exist only to serve, and learn how to serve meatbags. Musing. I think perhaps I would enjoy learning a new language, or watching an informative holovid.
Remember, this is HK-47, Ruthless Assassin Droid, and he's talking about watching holovids. Or the right one.
Statement. I am fulfilling my primary function, which is to facilitate communication between species and put an end to hostilities. Answer. Of course I am all right. Why wouldn't I be? I respect all life. All life is connected and should be nurtured.
There's just something freaky about an assassin droid saying that, like... that package is coming out of there.
Exclamation. No, Master, no. What are you doing? Statement. Master, please, I beg you, never install anything again without checking it in the diagnostics bay first. That was a close one. I almost surrendered completely to peace and pacifism.
How repugnant.
Conclusion. Still, there was a brief moment where I felt I almost understood why some meatbags choose peace and friendship over a high-powered blaster carbine. Query. Now, are there any other horrors you wish to try and insert in my system, or is your electronic butchery done?
Oh, a level! Sweetness! Well, that's the HK Pacifist package, guys. Oh my goodness. How hilarious was that? I almost completely gave into peace and pacifism. How repugnant. Oh man, that has me instant. I fully expected the Onderon Civil War to take longer than that, so we're gonna go ahead and have the conversation with the Jedi.
Finally decided to let me take a look at your circuitry.
Answer. Indeed I did. I hope you understand how difficult it is for me to trust a meatbag with something as delicate as my inner mechanics. Explanation. Our encounters with my copies has convinced me that I should look into upgrading my capabilities in order that I may be able to destroy them with greater impunity.
Worried you might be going obsolete? I understand.
Objection. Nothing of the sort. I am programmed to improve my capabilities if it will improve my chances of destroying a target, even as unsavory an avenue as this.
You don't have to suffer on my account. Maybe you are better off not letting me dig around in you.
Retraction. You must understand, my previous interactions with meatbags have rarely been pleasant. Disclosure. After all, most of those meetings involved the termination of said meatbags.
It obviously couldn't have been your charming personality. Now, if you want me to see if I can upgrade your functionality,
what's really funny is a lot of fans of these games do find HK-47 charming in a demented kind of way.
Not to damage any of my delicate parts. Analysis. My self-diagnostic indicates that my performance has indeed been improved. Also, many of my systems are reporting improved efficiency. Commentary. I am most pleased with this turn of events. It would appear that my initial analysis of your mechanical abilities was incorrect.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. To Dantooine, and one of the biggest moments of the game. I'd like to see them try to do that with my character. They charge my character, I'm like, okay, 6 disruptor bolts to the face. Back on Dantooine. Remember, Lana Bash died and we met with the other 3. And now we've got basically what amounts to a council meeting. This is so crazy after having played the first game and then heard Kara say that they bombarded the academy. Kind of crazy. Then big deal. Tobin and Nihilus.
Out of my way. I am Colonel Tobin of the Onderon Lord, I bring news of the Jedi. A place where you may feed.
Nihilus is just terrifying.
Telos, Master. There is an academy of Jedi on Telos. Perhaps hundreds of them. Enough to sustain you. And enough for you to free Onderon.
As far as Nihilus is concerned, freeing Onderon means freeing them from existence. Catch my drift.
It is different. It has been some time. I need to rest. Go on. The council awaits. I will remain here. Yes, afraid for you. As I always have been, I will be fine here. Whatever answers the council have are for you alone.
One of Krea's big things is that she believes dealing with your own problems is strength. And that if you may have other people deal with your problems for you, that is weakness. I agree with that to an extent. There's a point to which you need to deal with your own problems, but there's also a point where you do need help with it.
I am tired. The journey has been a long one, and I need to center myself. Know that much may happen here, but above all, do not forget this. You may trust in me. We cradle each other's lives, and what threatens one of us threatens us both. And if you find you cannot trust me, trust in your training, trust in yourself. Never doubt what you have done. All your decisions have brought you to this point. And now, perhaps, they shall see what you have become.
I'm gonna be quiet here for a bit.
It is not as it was.
But perhaps that is for the best.
We were wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us, and I imagine you have many questions.
Or perhaps you've come for revenge.
No. If I come for revenge, I'm gonna kill you all individually.
I see you have failed to grasp the nature of the enemy we face. Where Jedi gather, Jedi die.
But not just Jedi. All things touched by the Force.
The last Jedi Conclave was on Qatar, a Miraluka colony, and all of Qatar was destroyed. All of the Jedi killed.
Including Master Zar, Master Vandar.
A Jedi doesn't care if he dies. Everyone does. But when we fight, when we sacrifice ourselves, it is for others, for the greater good.
But our presence must not endanger others. And as long as we were visible targets, we were a threat to everything around us.
You can kind of see where they're coming from a little bit. It's weird that my character's animation freeze for this scene.
You already know the answer. You've noticed it in those who travel with you.
Have you noticed that when you
I love how I could just tell them to give me a straight answer.
Those that travel with you.
There's something wrong here. A disturbance in the Force.
They follow you, without question, without hesitation.
Against their instincts, and sometimes against their sense.
It is because you are a leader, but that still fails to grasp the meaning of what I'm trying to tell you.
It is not an easy thing to explain. Surely you are familiar with Force bonds. It is the bond that develops between apprentice and master when one truly understands another. It is developed over time through understanding of each other. Yet you do it so easily, and we do not know why.
You make connections through the Force, and it resonates with those who travel with you. The resonance is even greater when they, too, are Force-sensitive.
Your actions affect others more than you know. You draw others to you, especially those strong in the Force.
When you suffer, their spirit echoes it. And when they are in pain, their pain becomes yours.
Again with the frozen animations.
We do not know, but it is not the first time you felt the weight of so many lives.
And that is why the Mandalorian wars echo within you still.
We did not cut you off from the Force. You were merely deafened to it. Because of that last battle of the Mandalorian Wars.
The screams of countless thousands, Jedi and Mandalorians, crushed by the planet's gravity, annihilated.
Their lives still scream across the surface of that dead planet, and within you. To hear the Force over such pain, it is not possible. It was too much for any Jedi to endure, and it is a wonder that you did not die there when thousands perished. All those you had fought with and struggled with. You cut yourself off because you had to if you were to survive. You had hints of it in the war on Dxun. Malachor was simply the final blow.
You were deafened.
At last, you could hear.
You were broken.
You were whole.
You were blinded.
And at last, you saw.
When you returned to us, we saw what had happened. You carry all those deaths at Malachor within you. And it has left a hole, a hunger that cannot be filled.
In you, we saw a wound in the Force.
In you, we saw the end of the Force.
Yes, you can feel the Force, but you cannot feel yourself. You are a cipher, forming bonds, leeching the life of others, siphoning their will and dominating them. It is the teaching of these new Sith to feed on others, on other Force sensitives. They are symptomatic of the wound in the Force. You are a breach that must be closed.
Okay.
You transmit your pain, your suffering through the Force. Within you we see something worse than merely the teachings of the Sith. What you carry may mean the death of the Force, and the death of the Jedi. So you think. It is not the strength of a Jedi you feel.
He's right. It's all the death you've caused to get here. You feed on it, and you grow stronger. You're like Malachor. It's in you, it's what you are now. You must have noticed as you fought across all these planets, killing hundreds, only to become more and more powerful. Why do you think that was?
But what's worse is that bonding you have. It hasn't gone away. It's gotten stronger, and the more attachments you form, the more you draw others to you.
And that is why you are a threat to us all.
Alright.
You know what the choice is. If you don't warn them, then the Republic will fall. All those countless lives, innocent lives.
Or the one.
What if other Jedi went to war as you did, suffered the same events, and emerged as you did? What if there was a crucible that trained such Jedi to consume and kill?
For you, Malachor was that crucible.
What's worse is these Sith that we face. I fear that they have learned the lesson of Malachor all too well. It is what allows them to prey on Force users, to become stronger when Force sensitives are near.
Somehow they have learned their hunger from you. And so you have brought about the end of the Jedi, and perhaps all the knowledge of the Force. But it is of no consequence. Your ability to make such connections, such bonds so easily are why you cannot remain.
And now she sees it. The message.
And so you wait, as a shadow.
Yes, we are alike that way, blinded one.
I would have thought you would walk with her amongst the Jedi, but that is not the way of the Sith, is it?
Do not speak because of the Sith. You, of all of us, have no conception of what it means to be Sith.
You are a threat to living creatures and all who feel the Force.
You will lead the Sith here, and that we cannot allow.
Our judgment before remains. Exile. You must leave. And you must leave without your tie to the Force. It is a punishment reserved for only a few, and only when necessary. But we have the power to cut you off from the Force.
You think about it, they're right, kind of.
Forgive us, but it is necessary.
Do not be afraid. You shall feel no pain, but this must be done. As long as you feel the Force, you are a danger to those around you.
Enough! Step away from her.
What?
Step away! She has brought truth, and you condemn it. The arrogance. You will not harm her. You will not harm her ever again.
I thought you had died in the Mandalorian Wars.
Die? No. Became stronger. Yes.
Is this your new master, Exile? If so, then you follow Revan's path. Her teachings will cause you to fall as surely as he did.
She is difficult to see. She's like a shadow of the Exile. Sit out, and now they have come to us.
How could you ever hope to know the threat you face when you have never walked in the dark places of the galaxy, faced war and death on such a scale? If you had traveled far enough, rather than waiting for the echo to reach you, perhaps you would have seen it for what it was. Did you not hear its call on Dantooine Vrook, on its scarred surface, and in the minds of the settlers? I have endured your corruption of my other students. You shall not have this one. And you, Kavar, so close to the call of Dxun, tell me, did you not feel what poured from the moon, what had taken place there? And Zezkael, to hide upon Nar Shaddaa, yet blind yourself to all that happens there. So close to understanding the Force. So close to giving it up. There is a place in the galaxy where the dark side of the Force runs strong. It is something of the Sith, but it was fueled by war. It corrupts all that walks on its surface, drowns them in the power of the dark side. It corrupts all life, and it feeds on death. Revan knew the power of such places, and the power in making them. They can be used to break the will of others, of Jedi, promising them power and turning them to the dark side. Did you never wonder how Revan corrupted so many of the Jedi, so much of the Republic, so quickly? The Mandalorian Wars were a series of massacres that masked another war, a war of conversion, culminating in a final atrocity that no Jedi could walk away from, save one. And that is what I sought to understand. How one could turn away from such power, give up the Force, and still live. But I see what happened now. It is because you were afraid. As you would pass judgment on her, I have come to pass judgment on you all. Do you wish to follow the teachings born of the Mandalorian Wars, of all tragedies that scream across the galaxy? Let me show you. You, who have forever seen the galaxy through the Force. See it through the eyes of the Exile.
So, this is a big deal. A lot of people misunderstand this scene.
It is done. She is no more. Take me to Atris. She will have the strength to do what the Council cannot.
And that's a big deal.
What
She
are we
plays a male
gonna do?
character.
If we
You get
don't
one in
stop
the hand.
her, then everyone, everywhere, they're gonna lose their lives.
If I lose her, it will be my failing. It is the failing of the Jedi who followed Revan. It is a failing of their teaching.
Soon your ship will come, my master. I will bring her before you, but I will not let you have her. Soon your ship shall come from that which made you.
I know you can hear me. I have always known. It is why I followed you. I have destroyed planets for you, General. But now, this once, if we could save something in this galaxy, I need to do this, or I will die inside, like I died at Malachor 5.
So, let me explain here what happened, what they're talking about in a more clear way. So, and they also used this to explain the XP system in the game, which is super meta, and I love it. But basically, my character, the Exile, is a natural empath, and that is strengthened through her Force connection. And that's part of why she forms Force bonds so easily. But there's more to it than that. On Malachor 5, when the Mass Shadow Generator was activated, it created... I could go deep on this, but long story short, it created a long, painful death for pretty much everybody there. And because of her strong empathy abilities, she felt their screams of pain in her soul, and it was too much to bear. So she basically had a choice to either give up the Force and stop feeling their screams, or to keep the Force and let the screams kill her. But because of how violent the disconnection was, it left her presence wounded permanently, pretty much. Her soul, her Force connection are permanently wounded as a result. The way she interacts with the Force is different from everybody else because of this. There is a hole in her where the Force should be, and even though she can use the Force, she's more commanding of it. She has... If Kreia would have you believe, the Exile is the only one in the galaxy with truly free will because of this. Kreia believes the Force is manipulating everything, and to an extent that's true, but not entirely. And she believes that creating more of these echoes, more of these tragedies, to create more people like this, to kill the Force, would bring true freedom to the galaxy. She's kind of half right and half wrong. There's a video I can post in the comments. And now, the next thing they misunderstand is her Force attack on the Masters. Look, where I select Jordan. This Master is dead, drained of life. His body is worse than lifeless. It is an absence in the Force. That's your key to understanding her attack there. Even though it used the Force Drain animation, even though it used the animation for Force Drain, our first clue is what she said, see it through the eyes of the Exile. And our second clue is that it's drained of not just life, but the Force itself. Her attack basically recreated the tragedy of Malachor in their minds and left them with the same choice that the Exile was left with. But they chose to stick with the Force, and they died for it. This is why I love this game. There's so much to it. It took me so many runs to figure all this out, and it blew my mind. There's actually a side quest you can do in the Old Republic that my brother told me about, where you can actually meet with the Force Ghost of Kavar, because he actually took on Kreia's philosophy there. He understood and let himself be cut off from the Force, but not in the same way that Mitra Surik did. And so he lived on as a Force Ghost, but more like a Sith ghost, where he's tied to the location of his death. And
she's gone. The handmaidens came for her. They know who she is now. I couldn't stop them. I wasn't conscious at the time. I don't even know if I could have stopped them. They'll take her to Telos, and Atris will do what she'll do with anyone she thinks is a Sith. Yeah, she will. If she can. That's what I was afraid you'd say.
And the thing is, my character understands that Kreia, in her belief, is kind of partially right, but not entirely, and that not entirely part of Kreia's belief. Understanding Kreia's philosophy is actually kind of key to understanding the Force itself and how it works, and understanding where the parts of Kreia's belief is correct. As soon as the VOD goes up, I'll edit the description, put a link to a great video where you can learn more about how the Force actually works, but I don't have enough time or patience to explain it here.
You look troubled. I can feel it. That is an odd answer. What did you mean by it?
Ever wonder why you're with me?
Never. I believe in what we are doing, what you are doing. I am here because I choose to be.
How do you know?
I simply do. There is nothing I can show you as proof, except give you my word. Something happened within the Enclave. What is it?
Okay, so there's also something I missed out on. Because of that wound is the other reason the Exile forms bonds so easily. But she uses those bonds passively to manipulate the actions of others. She is doing it more passively because she doesn't understand it. But Darth Nihilus is the height of this power. He too survived Malachor 5 and was made to be a wound in the Force. However, he embraced it and learned how to use it. And the result of that is a being who can go to a planet using the wound and the Force bonds. He can forcibly bond himself with every living thing on the planet and suck not just the life but the Force itself out of them. And this is why Nihilus needs to be stopped, because he could just drain the galaxy of not just all life but the Force itself and kill it in the most violent way, and that's not what Kreia wants.
Then they do not understand you. That is the danger of being a Jedi. When one separates themselves from others, chooses to lead a life of isolation, denying what makes them a feeling being, it is easy to make such judgments. And such judgments, I believe, are made in ignorance. There is no danger in what you represent, other than your humanity. You change others, but I do not believe it is due to the Force. I believe it is because you are a natural leader, and because you feel connected to the people around you. Where they look at you and see the death of the Force.
Neither the Disciples' view nor the Jedi Council's view is entirely correct, but neither is entirely wrong.
And that perhaps a life lived without the Force is not the punishment it is believed to be. I will understand if you feel you must go alone, but I ask that you do not. Instead, take strength from your connections to others. Do not forsake them, as you did in exile. There are others who need to know you. Telos needs you. The planet and all its people are in danger. If we do not stop the Sith now, then the Republic will fall.
Now, if there's any of you in the audience who read the Revan novel...
I have found the exile, and that which hunts the Jedi. The Sith will attack Telos. They believe many Jedi lie hidden on its surface. We are going there now to aid them. Mikal out.
Like, there's some of this key dialogue that's missing unless you have the restored content mod, which is why I always tell people, if you're gonna play this game, use the restored content mod. To Atris. Now remember, Atris didn't show up, and that's kind of key here.
Who is there?
Who I am is not the question.
I am Atris, Jedi Master, the last historian of the Jedi, the last of the Jedi.
Those are titles, words you cling to as the darkness falls around you. It is not the first time we have met, Atris. I was here before.
With the exile?
Yes, I was here both times when the exile was brought before you.
Who are you?
I was the one who asked her to be exiled.
I did as you asked, so long ago. You seem familiar to me.
Atris, I have always been here.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn. You have bathed in the knowledge of the Sith. but there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you.
I just realized
You have
something.
gathered Sith
Wow.
holocrons, Sith teachings from across the galaxy. It is why you have chosen servants who cannot feel the Force. And most importantly, they cannot feel what you have become.
I have sought to preserve the Jedi Order, and I have gathered all that I know of the Sith to this place, so I might find them and stop them.
I had wondered if any of these holocrons had survived Dantooine. You have taken relics from one destroyed planet to the devastation of another.
It was always intended for the Jedi to retreat to Telos should Dantooine be attacked, taking all their lore with them. We could not allow the tragedy at Ossus to happen again.
Such an act marked Telos for destruction. It is why the Sith came
tragedy
here,
at
though the
Ossus
fleet
refers to one
commanders
of the
did not
opening
know
moves of the
why.
Great Sith
It is
War.
why Revan ordered its destruction to mark the beginning of the Jedi's civil war. It was a message that there would be no place for the Jedi to retreat, to hide. I would not be surprised if Revan left other gifts beneath the surface of the planet. Much can be buried beneath graveyards that will never be found.
When the Sith attacked, I felt Telos die. Turbo lasers fell like lightning upon the landscape, as they did on Dantooine, and so many died. So many voices, screaming in pain.
Yes, such acts leave their mark on the galaxy. Their cries travel far, though few can hear them.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Alacor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did she betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the exile? I had thought...
Oh, she will come, but it will be too late to save either of us. It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it.
See, Atris isn't only falling to the dark side in this moment. She fell a long time ago, was wearing a skin and trying to convince herself
Your
she
mistress
hadn't.
awaits. She has much
In that
to share with
conversation,
you.
Kreia just stripped away the skin and showed Atris that she truly had fallen. So we're gonna go fight Atris, and then we'll end off for the night. What a game this is, right? And now you'll see how my blaster build is actually, like, absurd. Not only can I just mow down rows of enemies with force speed, I can also, like... So that force enlightenment power, it activates force armor. It activates force armor, force valor, and force speed all at the same level that I have unlocked, all at the same time at a reduced force point cost. Which is ridiculous. Basically, I could just click this, and then click battle meditation, and I'm done with my buffs. That's it.
She said you would come here to this place. If you think you can defeat me here, you are wrong. All this collected knowledge, all these teachings of combat and the Force, they are mine to command. And if I must use it to end you, I will. Surrender. You need not die.
Surely you see that.
Atris. That is not who I am, not any longer. She has not existed for some time, I think. There was always something else within me. It just took time for its voice to be heard. Surrender to you, never. Let us end this.
Now, like, it's not clear here because she has a red lightsaber. In the vanilla game, she has a red lightsaber for this. It's her own lightsaber. But in the restored content mod, she actually uses the lightsaber that you described to Atten in the beginning of the game, which is a crazy callback. Now take this!
Kill me. End this.
I just like, very well. I will not kill a helpless opponent.
I did not expect mercy from you, here at the end, after all that has happened between us.
We have greater problems, and there has been enough killing.
If you will not kill me, then what will you do? This knowledge of the Sith and the Jedi is what I am. It is my attempt to hold on to the past, to try and protect the future.
I think perhaps we've both been guilty.
Once I was a historian, the chronicler of the Jedi, and when both wars passed me by, I was determined that I would not forsake battle again. In some part of me, I knew I had made choices, compromises, but always for the sake of the Republic, of the galaxy. To do what you had done, at times, did not seem so wrong. To fight such a threat, sometimes one's choices seem narrower than they are, until it seems there is no solid foundation on which to stand. I feel that I understand what drove you to battle, to fight the Mandalorians. It was something you could not turn away from. You always knew where they were striking from. You always knew. These Sith are spawned of you. Spawned by the Mandalorian Wars.
See, these Sith are symptomatic of the wound that was caused
Jedi.
by Malachor.
Their power is to feed on life, until nothing is left except a hollow galaxy, echoing with the screams of the Jedi lost to us. Yes, I had thought she was awaiting me at that place, but I see now that she lied. It was not meant for me, but for you. She has gone there. She is waiting for you to travel to Malachor 5, to finish what you started. Yes, you are an echo in the Force, a hollow space where it has been wounded. It takes a great act of destruction to create such emptiness, but it can be done. It creates places where the Force is difficult to hear, and difficult to find one's way, and you carry it with you, always. This knowledge of the Sith, it is one in to do. To it is. You always these Sith their. Yes, she. Yes, it. Now she seeks to create another echo, a wound in the Force, greater than the one before, greater than the one you caused. It will deafen all touched by the Force until no life is left. You were strong enough to withstand it once,
what Krea's
but
plan
few
will
have
actually do.
I do not know, but she needs you there. If you choose not to follow, she will murder herself at the heart of Malachor, and you will die along with her. You're important to her somehow, but I do not know for certain. She is willing to sacrifice herself at the heart of that graveyard world for you, a choice others have made in the past. It is because I care for you, and I suspect that you alone hold that place in her heart where nothing else lives. And that is why you are the only one who can stop the destruction to come. She seeks the death of all Jedi, all Sith, and the death of the Force. It is madness. It is impossible. But she believes you are the key.
You see, Atris understands. Krea is kind of mad in a way that, like, because of how life in this particular galaxy is intertwined with the Force, killing the Force would kill all life, and Krea doesn't understand that. And, like, there's a way I understand that because I've read the New Jedi Order books. Because I am a nerd.
There are places in the galaxy dead to the Force where nothing lives, where the echoes travel forever and do not reach their destination. And these places may be created, even from the simplest of events, the slightest of motions. One person, at the right place, at the right time, can change the face of the galaxy, or end it. You're important to her somehow. But and that because the Force had been stripped from her, as it had been torn from you. At times, I wonder what we would be if the Force was taken from us. If we would truly be Jedi or Sith, or simply human.
And that's one of the big things that people misunderstand about Jedi. Jedi aren't trying to be evil when they train young children or whatever. When you have the Force, it can be dangerous to feel emotions incredibly strongly if you don't know what you're doing. Like that scene in Revenge of the Sith when Vader in his anguish crushes every object around a room just because he's not controlling himself. The Jedi do what they do because it is dangerous for them to feel strong emotions and be strong with the Force as well. And they take young children so that they won't have a strong emotional bond to their parents and can be raised as Jedi rather than as human children. But that's a topic for another that's a topic for another time. See, like, the way the Jedi operate is abhorrent in the real world, but in the Star Wars universe is necessary and honorable because of the Force.
There are places in the galaxy, and one because and what will you do? I tied my life, my decisions to the Jedi. Perhaps only in separating myself from the Jedi can I become myself again. Perhaps exile is what I deserve, even though it is many years too late and you have already returned. Leave now, while you can. Save yourself.
So she's gonna exile herself to try and rediscover what she was before. Which is a really cool twist of fate, if you ask me.
No, I could not bring myself to tell her. It would have changed nothing. And because I was a... You know what lies at the heart of Malachor 5. I had thought it was in the past, yet it has become the future. And all that has happened there will... Because it is Malachor 5, and because she was lost there once. And I do not understand why the Sith permit such teachings to exist. They cause only echoes, wounds in the Force. A beacon.
Wow. This game is such an incredible journey. Please tell me. Come on. As I know I completed the side quest to unlock this, please. Come on. That was the Ravager. Come on. Yes! 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 All right. Come on. There we go. And now we're back down here. In a vanilla game, we would have just gone straight to Citadel Station, but we've got this level now. with just our good old friend, the assassin droid. But that's going to be all for now. We will see this level next time when I try to tackle the whole endgame in one stream. Thank you all for joining me.